Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Friday, February 5th, 2021. Did you know you lived in Alaska, Fitchburg? Because that's what it feels like outside. Holy moly, that's some cold air out there, and we're glad you're tuning in on a frozen tundra Friday because it's just bitterly cold. And it's going to be cold for a while, as we've been hearing for a while, and here we are. And what was looking like 1 week now is looking like 2 weeks of cold temperatures. So I should have came on with like hats, gloves, the whole like get up and just keep, putting the layers on. But we'll save that for Monday's show. Yeah, it's going to be cold out there. And we're going to talk about that on today's show. As we keep sharing some safety tips with cold weather. So that'll be coming up here in just a little bit of time. Plus, we're going to be talking about talking with the Fitchburg Public Library and all of the great things that are happening there. Do you like the daughter in the background? Hey, you just keep going. So yeah, anyways, we'll be dealing with that, having that interview coming up here in just a little bit of time. Tim and Lisa are here. Always have a good time getting caught up with them. So a lot to get to here today, and hopefully no more cameos from my daughter. Let's kick things off with the weather. National Weather Service giving us a new snow totals update here. And I like what a difference 2 weeks makes in this. We were looking at January 22nd, 4 to 6 inches of snow was the estimated depth there. Now, where are we sitting at? Is that 14? Yeah, that's a lot of snow, folks. We've seen a lot of snow. And I cut a path between my neighbor's house and mine last night. And it's like 16 inches. It's just amazing. So it's been fun to see all the snow and stuff. Not so fun in the travel side of things, but, take it for what it is worth. Let's switch to those cold temperatures. And it's going to be a cold one out there. And we got to be thinking about frostbite and hypothermia, right? Typically on the fingers, toes, nose, and ears. So if you're outside doing any extended shoveling, sports, whatever, cover up the digits, cover up the nose, ears. Anything that's exposed skin definitely can get frostbite on it. And know the signs of it too in hypothermia. If somebody is unconscious, shivering, difficulty speaking, sleepiness, you've been stuck outside for a while, if any of that's setting in, you got to get them into a warm temperature immediately, get all of the clothing off and get them warm as quickly as possible. So that definitely important here. And temperature-wise and the time it takes for 10 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 minutes or more for frostbite to set in. Below zero, 5 to 30 minutes. So we're looking at a couple of nights where it's going to be negative numbers there for the forecasted lows, let alone add in the wind chills. So got to keep an eye on that. And if you have any pets that you keep outside, might be the time to be thinking about keeping them inside. Provide warm shelter. Bring them in if possible. Watch the animals and make sure that they do go into their shelters or keeping them out there. And that's a huge thing. Check their paws too on the salt on the sidewalks and driveways. Make sure that those don't go in there. Frostbite can injure pets too, just as much as humans. So definitely time to keep an eye on that and recognize the troubles. And certainly you can always talk with your veterinarian if you have any concerns related to the pets. But we want to keep an eye on everybody here through this cold time coming up. All right, switching gears here from the Fitchburg Public Library celebrating Black History Month, and they've got a whole slew of great items for you to check out this month. You can use the link to read brief summaries on each of the books that are available for checkout here. We're showing you kind of just the splash page, if you will, of all the books that are out there for people to check out. But they are doing some fun stuff here for Black History Month, and encourage you to go out and check out those books. All right, 2 weeks snapshot here of Madison and Dane County as far as our COVID-19 update here. And it says here, during the 14-day period, 17% of cases were UW-Madison students or staff. Last week, 15.57% of Dane County residents age 65 or older had received at least one vaccine dose. As of February 1st, 28.9% had received at least one dose. Overall, 10% of Dane County has received at least one dose of the vaccine. 2.8 of all cases were associated with assisted living or skilled nursing facilities, which is the lowest number we have had in 15 weeks, which is awesome to hear there, those numbers going down. And that leads us to this, the mask order. We've been hearing a lot about the state mandate for the mask order, but we want to make sure that the mask order continues here in Dane County. So with the state mask mandate being repealed, remember that there continues to be an order in effect for all Dane County and Public Health Madison and Dane County. Face coverings are required in all Dane County for persons 5 years of age and older in the following situations: indoor or any enclosed building where people are or where other people, except for members of your person's own household or living unit, are present in line. Enter any enclosed building, driving or riding in a vehicle where the people, except for the members of the person's own household or living unit, are present, and any other confined space other than the public where individuals congregate where other people, except of the members of your person's owns household or living unit, are present, including but not limited to outdoor taverns, outdoor restaurants, outdoor park structures. If you got any questions or need, want to read up on this a little bit more, go to publichealthmdc.com and you can get the latest information, and we'll keep you up to date if anything changes here in Dane County. All right, University Mask Report, a new CDC MMWR report shows high rates of mask use at universities with mask mandates, and we just saw that the numbers were up there in University of Madison. So mask mandates, along with additional prevention strategies such as reduced crowding and testing, can slow the spread of COVID-19. N95 type masks, surgical masks, and cloth masks were more likely to be worn correctly than gaiters and other face coverings such as bandanas or scarves. And certainly you can learn more about this, but that's some good information to know, especially you got young got kids in college here. Something that you definitely can keep up on. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest. We'll be talking about cold weather safety as we keep you warm in the upcoming 2 weeks. It's going to take a lot, so we'll talk our way through it next right here in Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps.
Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. If you're not totally frozen in your chair yet, we're going to give you some more safety tips here and talk you through this cold weather as it continues. National Weather Service, they're saying it's going to be just cold here coming up. So let's break it down. DHS says 83 people died in the state last year from extreme cold. 83. To help people avoid the risks posed by such cold temperatures, Ready Wisconsin offers the following advice. First one, it's a no-brainer, right? Limit your time outdoors. If you must be outside, dress for the weather. Wear loose-fitting layers clothing like hats, gloves, and snow boots. Make sure you have a scarf or other things to cover your face. I mean, we already have to have the face coverings anyway when we're out and about. So not like adding a scarf over the face mask. That's like double the protection. Know the signs of hypothermia, which include excessive shivering, exhaustion, confusion, or slow speech. If you or anyone around you begins to show those symptoms, you got to call 911 immediately. They need help. Know the signs of frostbite as well, which include white or grayish yellow skin, skin that feels unusually firm or waxy, and numbness. If you detect symptoms, get in a warm area. Do not try to rub them, as you can cause more damage, and just let them thaw out, essentially. Check the supplies in your home and vehicle. Emergency kits. Do you have an emergency kit? Andrew, I've asked you 100 times, do you have a kit? I don't want to know the answer. You better by now, buddy. If food items or batteries have expired or run low, replace them. By the way, Andrew's always had a kit, so I shouldn't make it sound like you've never had a kit. Yeah, you've always had a kit. Test the smoke and carbon monoxide detectors around your home. If you can't remember the last time you changed the batteries, go ahead and replace them. Doesn't hurt, right? And I love doing the surprise tests. My wife doesn't like that, and my kids don't like it, but I like doing it. And it's a good thing. Good for the young ones to hear those noises, by the way, too. Check your furnace. Make sure it is working properly. If you rely on the heat, heating oil or propane, make sure that you have enough to last through the current period of cold temperatures and schedule delivery before you start to run low. And do not attempt to use gasoline or propane heaters or grills to heat your home or garage. Don't do it. Those devices produce carbon monoxide, which can be deadly in enclosed areas. Prepare your vehicle if you are going to be heading out. And we're going to talk about this one in depth here. I just want to make sure that if you do head out in these cold temperatures, that you do have that emergency kit ready to go with items like water, extra blankets, food, warm clothing. You want to have booster cables and other cell phone chargers. Make sure your water pipes in unheated areas are properly insulated. If you have a faucet served by exposed pipes, let the water drip or let it run at a slow trickle to prevent freezing. Open kitchen and bathroom cabinets to allow heat to get into the pipes too. That's a really smart idea. Down here in the Crosby basement 1, we have 2 basements, tri-level. We keep the door open to the exposed basement just to let that heat get down there. But never thought about opening the closet doors. That's a good one. If you have pets, limit their time outdoors. We talked a little bit about that earlier because they can get frostbite in their ears, nose, feet if left outside. And again, it doesn't take long. We got livestock and stuff too. Provide extra food and water sources. Make sure that those don't freeze. For those without access to heated, safe places to stay, some communities may be opening warming shelters. We're on standby with ours. I'll let you know. We'll pass that information on if we do find out that is needed. But if you need help, you can check in with the 211 Wisconsin. All you can do is dial 211 or 877-947-2211 by going online to the 211 or go online to 211wisconsin.org. All right, looking for preparing your vehicle, I do want to just quickly go over that as we do get prepared. These are things that you should do for any winter time, but hey, why not talk about it now? Antifreeze levels, ensure that they are sufficient to avoid freezing. Battery and ignition systems should be in top condition. Battery terminals should be clean. If they're not clean, it's not a good thing. Brakes, check and make sure that the wear and tear and fluid levels are good. Exhaust system, make sure that there's no leaks and stuff. And yeah, carbon monoxide is deadly, and it usually gives no warning signs, especially if you do get stuck, by the way, in the snow. Make sure you clean out the tailpipe if you're going to sit in your car and keep it warm. Fuel air filters, got to check on those. These are a lot of things that you can do when you go get that oil change. But if you're one that does it yourself, these are things you got to check out and keep an eye on when you do head out. Make sure you also keep your tank of your or gas in your tank full to prevent any freezing in that area. Heater and defroster, ensure that they're working properly. Lights and flashing hazard lights. Yeah, check those. Super important because boy, oh boy, it seems that, you know, we're in the dark period right now with the time change and everything. So it's a good time to be making sure all of those things work. And of course, get that oil checked, folks. You got to get that checked. Make sure you're using the proper oil and stuff when you do head out. I mean, that's just super important stuff there. So yeah, all of those things work for your wintertime and keeping your vehicle running. All right, we'll take a quick break. Coming up next, I talk with the Fitchburg Public Library as we preview what's happening over in the library for the month of February here at TF.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
Find good stuff at Goodwill and bring good home.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be blood. Next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So. I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me, Dave, from the Fitchburg Public Library. Two familiar faces, kind of. It's Lisa and Tim. Welcome back to the show. How are you both doing today?
Oh, doing great. Thank you. Yes, thanks for having me back.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you back. Yeah, you guys are like the duo. Like anybody who's positioned with Tim and works well with Tim, you become Tim's
Yes.
partner.
I'm his backup dancer. Don't worry, it's fine.
Exactly. And we love meeting everybody at the library, but you two bring the best out of me, I think, when we do meet up here. So
Awesome.
we don't know what type of surprises will happen during this segment, so you'll want to stay tuned throughout, because you just never know what Tim's gonna bring here to our party, but we'll see where that goes. What we are here to do is talk about what's happening in the upcoming month here of February for events and activities happening. I want to say at the library, but with the library maybe. And Lisa, we'll kick off with adult programming. Tell us some of those fun activities happening.
Yeah, so we actually have 3 different book clubs going right now, and they're all via Zoom. So we've actually reinstated our newsletter too. So if you go to our website, you can see what's coming up this month. There's links to email the librarians in charge of those book clubs. So that's all set for you guys, ready to go, trying to make it easier for everyone.
Yeah.
We also have a few forms online too. So if you are not sure what you want to read, not sure what we have here too, we have a reader's advisory form that you can find. So if you just tell us kind of what you like to read, like either authors, types of books, or books you've liked in the past, we can give you some suggestions for what you might like. We also have a grab bag too. So if you don't even know, you just want us to grab stuff for you from the shelves, you just submit that form to us and we are happy to put together just kind of a random bag for you.
I think that I could do that job, but the random collection, but a lot of, I think that's fine. Yeah. The random grab bag, like that's got me written all over it. Cause if somebody gave me a couple authors, I'd be like, Lisa, I've never heard of this person before. I can even hardly say their name. That's awesome.
I could picture you moonwalking down one of the rows and just randomly
just grabbing stuff, just off
stuffing it in a bag.
If you could think like 80s with a Walkman and the big headphone, the headphones and just you can just kind of hear the music playing. That's exactly the way it would look like for sure.
That's awesome.
Goodness.
You gotta have fun with it.
Yeah, right. Well, exactly. And tell me, Tim's not a part of this, right? For picking the books out, is he? Like,
Not for adults, no.
No. I'm only allowed
probably,
to do kid ones. Yeah.
yeah. Well, in fact, that's the ones I would want to get because I got the kiddos here. So, you know, to have Tim do that randomly for this household, I think would be pretty interesting. Anything else happening in the adult part of the library?
Not yet this month, but we do craft bags too for adults, but unlike the kids, they're once a month.
Yep.
So that was this last Tuesday. So it's going to be the first Tuesday of every month.
Gotcha. We'll be ready for that. All right, Tim, you're up. And what do we have happening in the youth section of the library?
Yeah, I was kind of going to just mention a couple of the things that Lisa mentioned. So doing the grab bags, ours are a little different. You can go ahead and put your request in online because our books are smaller and thinner and easier to read. You can get quite a few more on there. So we do like the picture books and the early readers and stuff like that. And I think you can put in a request and get somewhere between 10 and 20 books online. A librarian will pull that for you. It's kind of just a librarian surprise for whatever you want. And then I think you can do that once a week. And yeah, we have some people that really use it quite a bit, and we have some new people, and all we've heard is positive comments about it. So it's been fun picking out stuff and surprising people.
I was gonna say, like, how cool is that in this age, like, to be able to say, you know, just like randomly throw some books in a bag and say, here you go, and it be so popular, like so simple, but yet so smart.
Yes, absolutely. And we actually get feedback from several people that are like, when you reopen, could you please continue this service? Because I'm really liking all the surprises and fun stuff. So that's kind of nice to hear. So
yeah, I could see like a book rack with hooks on it and bags like around, and you just come in and pick up that bag and then go to checkout. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing we have going, like Lisa mentioned, she has the take-home crafts. We have take-home crafts too. We're doing ours weekly, so I think it's every Tuesday. You can stop at the library and go ahead and pick them up. I believe it's ages 2 to 6 and 6 to 12 while supplies last. And then finally, we just, I think last month, started introducing the teen take-home bags. And instead of putting these out on a Tuesday, teens are busy. What they can do is go ahead and sign up by emailing either the teen email or our youth services librarian, Kristen. And then each month we have a special theme. So this month, I believe, what is it? Oh gosh, I can't even remember what it was.
Put you on the spot here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look. Realistic fiction was this month. And next month, March, is mystery. So you just email, say you're interested in one of the bags, and we can go ahead and schedule that for a pickup like we do curbside. What happens is you get a library book that's checked out to you. You get a book to keep, and then there'll be some activities and other surprises in the bag to just kind of keep your interest while you're reading and having fun and hopefully connecting with the library.
Hey, that doesn't sound any better than random book pickup there.
yeah, absolutely. Yep. So yeah, no, it's really great. Just another way to connect to patrons, and although they can't get in the door, they can still talk with a librarian and then get their stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. And the take home craft stuff for all ages. What's been the feedback from those crafts and people picking that up?
Yeah, we've gotten really good feedback. We've gotten thank yous and emails and stuff like that from patrons and people that are hoping to get more. It is while supplies last, but they find it, they like it, and they're like, oh, can we get a couple more for maybe they're babysitting or something like that. The feedback's just been really positive, and if anything, I think people would just like more and more. Yes.
of course, right?
More and more because it's enjoyable. Yeah.
Also, too, for people who haven't jumped on board, you all have upped your game all last year, and this just didn't happen overnight. Now, you spend a lot of time with the online resources and activities through the Facebook page. For people who aren't familiar with what's happening over there, kind of give them a snapshot both on the adult side and on the youth services.
Sure, absolutely. Lisa, you want to go first?
Sure thing. So it's all through Facebook is where we're doing these posts. Adult services, we do about once a week, not quite as often as the kids, but we recently posted one that'll you guys might like. It might feature my person. So it's Meet the Staff is a new video that we have, so you can kind of see what everybody's doing around here and see different staff members. So even though you can't be in the building, you can still see what's going on. We also have been posting some like recent additions to the collections. So I think there was one that was cookbooks that was featured recently. So it's kind of to like help you browse the collection rather than just searching through the catalog, which is not always the easiest thing to do. So we've been curating.
Especially if you don't know what you're looking for. So
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and for the kids, what we've been doing is we have our story times each week. In February, I think in January too, we started doing a Spanish language type program where our librarian will read something in Spanish and then you'll learn how to do a craft or something like that, which has been really nice. We have a librarian now or a staff member that can do that, and I really appreciate that. That is pretty awesome. Our theme we also have going this month is we have a little series called Black History Month, where each week they can go onto Facebook and see something that fits in that category there. And then we also have Children Book Awards this month too. So if people want to know about the most recent awards or something, there'll be some videos on Facebook where they can see which books won and try to place a hold on them and read them.
There you go. I said it's a lot of untapped resource out there that I bet more people need to get on board with and learn or use, because it's a lot of great work that you're all doing out there, and we appreciate it. Well, Lisa, Tim, thank you both for taking the time. Nice seeing you both, and
you
look
too.
forward to getting you back on here real soon.
Awesome, excellent. Thanks for having us back.
Yeah, thank you.
You betcha. All right. Well, if you haven't checked out the website, the Facebook page, you're missing out. And you get involved here while the getting is good. I think that's probably the message there that's on Tim's desk. All right, we'll take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
Find good stuff at Goodwill and bring good home.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for the day, I want to thank Tim and Lisa for stopping in and saying, hey, what's going on? Yeah, we appreciate their time as always. I want you to have a safe and fun weekend, and since you're going to be indoors just a tad bit more, why don't you take us with you? Yeah, you can stay connected with Fact TV all weekend long. Andrew wants to hear from you, so get on there and have a good weekend.